President-elect Biden has now got his COVID vaccine. Congress announces their $2.3 trillion COVID relief package. Fauci, Azar, and others to receive their COVID vaccination tomorrow. And it seems like there's a little bit of trouble going on inside of the squad. I am your friendly neighborhood caballero, and this is the Caballero Report. How's everybody doing? I hope everybody had a beautiful Sunday. I did not make a video yesterday because Sunday is the Lord's Day, and it's the day where we can come together as brothers and sisters and give thanks to the one and only God. And to also relax from a hard week's work. I know everybody really deserves one. So on that note, let's get right into it with our first article right here. Biden receives first dose of coronavirus vaccine publicly. President-elect Joe Biden has vaccinated for the novel coronavirus publicly Monday in a bid to shore up Americans' confidence in the vaccine as doses are distributed around the country. Tate Mace, a nurse practitioner of Christiana Care Hospital, hopefully I didn't butcher that, in Delaware, administered the first dose of the vaccine produced by Pfizer and BioNTech to Biden. I am doing this to demonstrate that people should be prepared when it's available to take the vaccine, Biden, wearing a black face mask, said after receiving the vaccine. There's nothing to worry about. He thanked the frontline health workers and scientists and gave credit to the Trump administration for Operation Warp Speed, the program aimed at speeding the development of the COVID-19 vaccine, and urged Americans to heed the advice of public health experts by wearing masks, social distancing, and avoiding travel during the holidays. We're still in the thick of this, Biden said. Biden has become the latest U.S. political leader to receive the Pfizer vaccine. Vice President Mike Pence received it publicly at the White House event Friday and aimed to assure Americans of its safety, while other members of Congress have received doses. Joe Biden also received the vaccine on Monday. She stood beside her husband as she received his shot. Both will need a second and final dose of the vaccine in about 3 weeks. President Trump, who recovered from the virus in October, has no immediate plans to get the vaccine, but has said that he expects to receive it at some point. Trump has been notably absent from the public eye since the vaccines were first distributed last week and has instead focused his energy on disputing the election results. Administrator Brett Guerrier, sorry for butchering your name, the White House's coronavirus testing czar, on Sunday encouraged Trump to receive the vaccine for his own health and safety, and also to generate more confidence among the people who follow him so closely. Interesting. We have our new president-elect Biden getting the vaccine. It seems like President Trump still hasn't received his, but I believe he was on Regeneron and some other experimental medication that actually helped him overcome the COVID within 3 days, which is very impressive. But it seems like President-elect Biden has gotten his vaccine, so has his wife. It seems like a lot of these political leaders are actually getting their vaccine, and I gotta say, I'm actually surprised. I thought that this was gonna be something that they would push on the Americans first before they pushed it on themselves, or they would ever think about getting it. But it seems like they're very confident that these vaccines will work. One can only speculate that maybe they're fake, but I don't want to put that information out there. You know, according from the articles, according from everybody, the vaccines are real. It's Pfizer and Moderna, which just got approved by the FDA. So very interesting to see. I'm glad that these officials are getting it, because it's some way it is getting rid of that fear from our hearts. I know a lot of Americans are very scared of it. They're not anti-vaxxers, but they are a little afraid of it. That actually takes us to our next article over here, which we'll head on right now. Fauci, Azar, to receive COVID-19 vaccine Tuesday. Top infectious diseases Dr. Anthony Fauci, Health and Human Services Secretary Alex Azar, and other Trump administration health officials will receive the coronavirus vaccine Tuesday. Along with Fauci and Azar, National Institutes of Health and NIH Director Francis Collins, as well as frontline NIH medical workers, will receive a dose of Moderna's coronavirus vaccine. The event will take place at the NIH in Bethesda, MD. Fauci, who recently turned 80, has said would take the vaccine publicly as a way to build confidence. The U.S. needs at least 70% of the population to get vaccinated in order to stop the virus from being a threat. The reason I actually bring up this article, I know a lot of people will say, well, why do we really care if Fauci's going to get the vaccine, or other Trump health administrators, why? But the reason why I actually bring up this article is because Fauci has been one of the main guys that's been pushing this vaccine, that's been pushing the masks, the lockdowns, all the 6 feet, the social distancing, everything. So it's actually very important that he is going to get the vaccine, because being that same person that was pushing it, it only makes sense that he should be the first one to be like, hey, y'all, I'm going to get the vaccine. And it should be that way, because the people that truly have all this faith in the vaccine should be the first one to be like, hey, I'm going to get this vaccine. That way all Americans could see, I'm not too with it, but if these people are actually getting it, I think I might get it too. And so far, I'm still not convinced, because this is a new vaccine. It's an mRNA vaccine. And as far as what I understand, it's a new experimental type of vaccine. This isn't something that they just do normally with regular vaccines. This isn't a dormant version of the virus. This is something else. So, hey, do what you want. I ain't stopping you, and I ain't going to force you. Hopefully your employers don't force you, but that's just the world we live in today. So, off of the vaccine topic, let's actually talk about something that many Americans were actually very excited for. And half and half. Half are disappointed and half are happy with it. I'm somewhere in the middle, but let's talk about it more in the third article, and that is over here. Congress unveils $2.3 trillion government spending and virus relief package. Congress unveiled a $2.3 trillion spending package Monday, just hours before its expected passage in both chambers, funding the government through the end of the fiscal year and providing relief to a coronavirus battered economy. The package includes a $1.4 trillion omnibus bill based on a 2019 spending deal, which consists of $740.5 billion in defense spending and $664.5 billion for domestic programs. It also includes a $900 billion COVID-19 relief bill, which congressional leaders agreed on to over the weekend. The combined $2.3 trillion package is among the largest spending bills ever considered by Congress and follows the $2.2 trillion CARES Act passed in late March. While the COVID-19 relief bill focuses on extending unemployment, providing stimulus checks, and boosting small businesses, the omnibus includes a broader set of policy issues, such as transportation, agriculture, health, homeland security, and foreign operations. As I prepare to depart the House after 32 years of service, I cannot be more pleased that we are concluding this Congress with a bipartisan agreement to provide the certainty of full-year funding for all of government and urgently needed coronavirus relief to save lives and livelihoods, said outgoing House Appropriations Committee Chair Nita Lowey, the first woman to lead the panel. This includes, I believe, several Democratic priorities previously approved by the House, as well as provisions reflecting Senate GOP objectives. It includes a 3% pay raise for the military and 1% pay raise for civilian federal workforce. the National Institutes of Health. So, the reason why I say I'm somewhere in the middle is because, hey, blessed be God that we're actually going to get some money. They don't really talk about it in this article. There's other articles that talk about it a little bit more. But from the gist of what I understand is that this package that we're getting is only going to be a $600 bill compared to the one that President Trump gave us earlier in March, which was $1,200. I believe there was a lot of back and forth back when, before the elections, before the debates and everything, where Republicans wouldn't agree with Democrats and Democrats wouldn't agree with Republicans. And it kind of felt, it just sucked that they were kind of playing hot potato with us. You know, they were saying, oh, we're going to get it. And we're all excited. And then they're like, no. And a month later, hey, we're going to get something. And then we're like, yeah, come on. And then no. And it honestly sucks because this package is $2.3 trillion, I believe. Let me get that number right. $2.3 trillion, which is actually $0.1 trillion more than the last COVID relief package. And it's very odd to me that this is more money, but the American people are seeing less direct deposited to it. I don't see that as right, but hey, who am I to say anything? I don't work in government. All I can do is read the news and have my opinions based off of it. But like I said, blessed be God that at least we're getting something. And I know those $600 can help a lot of people. It doesn't make up for all the months of hardship that I know a lot of Americans fell into, but I believe this money will at least be something. Even if it's for scraps, but it will be for something. And on to a little bit less serious news, but it's very interesting because I don't know if a lot of people know about the squad. I'm sure a lot of people know. The squad consists of 4 young ladies. One of the more prominent members is AOC, also known as Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, I believe. Well, it turns out that she actually got a COVID vaccine from Pfizer. And that kind of upset Ilhan Omar. Interesting. They're both should be friends. They're both in the squad, but it seems like Ilhan Omar took some shots at AOC. And we're actually going to take a look at that article because it's very, very interesting. Over here, according to the Daily Mail, Ilhan Omar slams disturbing younger lawmakers like fellow squad member AOC for getting vaccine before over 65s and frontline workers. I don't know why they would call them over 65s. I think they mean people that are above 65, but I've never heard of that phrase used before. Ilhan Omar called it disturbing that her fellow lawmakers, including her 31-year-old squad mate, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, were able to get vaccinated against the coronavirus before frontline workers and the elderly. It's now clear that we don't have enough vaccines for everybody, and there is a shortage of supply. We have to prioritize those who need it most, Omar tweeted Sunday. That's why it's disturbing to see members be first to get vaccine, while most frontline workers, elderly, and infirm in our districts wait. Omar linked to an interview she did earlier in the month on CNN, where she had argued the same thing when early reports said White House staff would have access to the COVID-19 vaccine before most Americans. And this is actually the tweet. And another one. And this is actually a picture of Miss Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez getting her vaccine. Interesting. The main reason why I bring this up is because it's very interesting that there's a lot of the progressives, a lot of liberals are taking a lot of shots against each other. I mean, these ladies are friends, you know, they know each other. They started a group called The Squad. And I may disagree with Ilhan Omar on a lot of things, but I actually agree with her here. Yes, I believe that people that are frontline workers, people over 65 should be the priority. I know that Saturday, 2 days ago, I talked about how they were prioritizing minorities over white people for getting the vaccine, and I thought that was a little odd. But this on the other hand makes sense, that people over 65, people that are actually most affected by the virus, should be the ones getting the vaccine. And same with frontline workers. I mean, they're in hospitals, they deal with people that are sick. They should be one of the first ones to get it. But I also disagree with her a little bit, because, as I said in the last article, or actually 2 articles ago, that I believe that some of these members that keep pushing this vaccine should be one of the first people to get it, because if there is any side effects or if there is any problem, they should be the ones to experience it. So it has its pros and its cons. I just thought it was an interesting article, because, it just shows that sometimes it be your own friends. Sometimes it really be your own friends. But anyways, just like I said, if you like what I said here, if you like the news, the articles that I did, please feel free to leave a like. Subscribe if y'all enjoyed my content, and I promise it'll get better. Just give me some time. Gotta work things out, but I hope y'all really enjoyed this video. And once again, this is Joshua Caballero. I have been your host today for the Caballero Report. And if you want to disregard anything that I said, that's up to you. Like I always say, what do I know? I'm just an idiot with an opinion. See you guys later.